Hello, I'm MPX Toycat, and one of the great things about sharing my long-term survival world of the internet is that I get to see people's opinions in real time in response to what I do in that world. I get some really good feedback, and a lot of it's constructive, but some of it isn't necessarily so useful. A lot of it is just straight up mean or roasting in fact, and so what I like to do every now and then is I like to return the favor and check out some of your worlds and maybe see what I have to say on first impression, as nice or not nice as that is, and so let's see how you like it when people just unconstructively roast your world, internet. Because today is November Realm Review, and if you like these, make sure to subscribe, perhaps those notifications turned on, because we do announce these via the YouTube community tab, so if you want to be part of, I don't know, December Realm Review, January Realm Review, make sure that you subscribe. And also, this first world has 161 megabytes of resource packs required to play it. I'm just saying, that's too much. You shouldn't require 100... That's ludicrous. I shouldn't accept, but I guess we're doing it anyway. So this world is called It's November, Mr. Toycat, and it's in an incredibly high resolution texture pack. Like, it's so high resolution it makes me genuinely uncomfortable. Like, I don't know if I can look at this tree the same way as I would any other. But anyway, so let's play some Minecraft, shall we? Let's see what's going on. Welcome to the... I think they spelled realm wrong, but good job. Survival world. You are currently in prison. If you'd like privileges, please ask the host. Realm pronunciation, Riplum. He's committed to the bit now. P.S. This is where Terran buys slaves. So, it's a server that has slavery on, so I'm going to go ahead and say, thumbs down from me. I have the controversial political opinion that slavery is not good. I know, I'm so brave for coming out with that. And also, oh my god, there's 13 pages of lore that I need to read about here. And they've got the Trail of Tears. Come on, guys, we gotta be better than this. But you know what we don't have to be better than is, let's get out of here. Let's check out the shulker box for Toycat, and let's put on all of this very weird stuff. See, it's so interesting, like, people can exist playing the same game in basically an entirely different world to the rest of us, right? Like, this is so different to the Minecraft you or I play, in the resolution, and the texture pack, in the fact that it's so heavily lored. Like, I can't even... I'm looking at this armor that's on me right now, and I don't even recognize it as armor, really. But yet, it is still... Oh, look at that Totem of Undying, too. Oh, yeah, that's a weird one. I think I know this pack. I think it's, is it BD Craft? So if we read the For Toycat book, it will explain that there are signs and description for almost everything to give the most immersion, but most uncolored signs are not important. Why would you write so many signs if they're not important? Anyway, we hope to have accomplished more in the world, but most of us play multiple other games along with having full-time jobs. Feel free to go into any room, but if you do find a hidden button to one of our secret rooms, please don't push those buttons on video. Thank you and do enjoy. Okay, very curious. Won't press any secret buttons. Oh, this is so weird. This texture pack, I don't like it. Look at the way the book kind of like fades into view, and then, oh no, I don't like that at all. I do like this though, the idea of having like an arrow block, you know, one of the pink glazed terracottas with a map on one side, so it's just a one direction. It's good, I like that. So anyway, let's please take one of these books. It's a tour guide. Let's see what we're touring around, I guess. Okay, there's a lot of coordinates. You know, I think rather than following those coordinates, I'll wing it, if you forgive my pun, because I've got an elite tree, you see. Very clever, I know. So my first instinct is that although these light posts look really cool, it's a very inefficient way to light a world, because obviously the higher up you have lights from the ground, the less ground they light, and therefore the more mobs spawn. But then they've supplemented those posts with torches anyway, which kind of defeats the point of the post. But again, it's an aesthetic thing, so I guess that's fine. And yeah, the other thing that's immediate is just... look how horrifying this pig is. The other thing that's immediately obvious is that this is a world for people who are trying to do something a bit more than normal Minecraft. Again, they're creating a whole world with lore and fantasy, and so as a part of that, for example, instead of having one minecart track, they have two minecart tracks, because what if you need to go two people at once, in two directions at once? You don't want them bumping midway through, and you can see that kind of philosophy sticks in a lot of places, which is interesting, to say the least. You can also see how for some reason the lighthouse is flashing, and you can also see that if this is legit survival, which I have no reason to believe it's not, they have a lot of beacons. Just within my render distance, there's one on the lighthouse, one over there, one over there, and one over there. In fact, they might have covered their world in beacons, so you can always have this speed effect, which is very considerate of them. I do have to say, very, very nicely done. Speaking of things that are nicely done, they are also Scottish, I have worked out, from the Scottish flag. So, this is the McGregor Bridge. Oh, it's okay. The bridge is Scottish, not the realm. Man, this world is beautiful, but it runs like absolute, what would be a polite word to describe this? Not very good. I mean, this is running on Realms, render distance, and simulation distance, and we're still getting frame rates that look like this. I'm just saying, it's possible they play on super high-end PCs that are higher end than mine, you know, the content creator level, and then they don't play on a Realm, or it's possible they just don't care. And they're like, yeah, well, this is the cool bit, right? But I don't think I can deal with this frame rate for very long. The only thing that I can stand it more than is the quality of this build right here, which is glass on the top two most floors, but is otherwise just this very strange orange block. Is that like carved sandstone? Oh no, that's wood. Oh, that's so strange in this texture pack. But yeah, there's a lot of there's a lot of very weird things about this. Like, you ever see a world where they've clearly put so much effort into making all these level 4 beacons, but at the same time, the houses look like this. No offense, Gamer Boy 742. Oh god, look at the sheep! Oh no. Okay, so yeah, I do like the idea of this little treehouse right here. I wonder how it works. This is the treehouse angel. Look at that little sign right there. As you can see, you walk into the tree, and it's beautiful. Okay, this is simple enough. I do feel like there is a bit of a mismatch between the level of survival they've gotten to of the beacons and the collective good, and then what some individual people are doing. I feel like, you know, maybe, just maybe, this is the sort of thing where, like, a couple of guys are really, really committed to making beacons everywhere, whereas one person's just like, hey, I had this great idea. What if I lived inside of a glass dome? Yeah, that's enough of an idea for a house. Okay, I'll admit I've actually made this exact thing in creative before, in my creative world actually. But yeah, it's, you know, it's nice. Don't get me wrong. I just feel like it's not really, you know, it's just a cabin in the woods, in a pretend woods even. That's all there really is to say about it. But ultimately, as much as I can mock the Hotel California, where I'm guessing this is actually a prison of some form, because, you know, you can't ever leave, I'm assuming is going to be the joke. Can I leave? Okay, I can leave. You know, I checked out and I have in fact left. You know, I'm beginning to think it's not really the Hotel California. But yeah, if you, I feel like there's a lot of like really great ideas in here. But you have that kind of like unstructured world feel where it's just a lot of people all doing their individual things. You know, like, what is this? Is this a multi-story prison? You know, I've always wondered, even in cities where like land is at a premium, you never have 20-story, you know, prisons. It's always like a single-story prison with very big walls. Whereas I think this is a great idea. Actually, I really do like this as a tower. Like, the way these, like, iron gates line up on the inside does look very cool. It's just from the outside where it doesn't look cool. Like, you know, you ever realize that you have to balance that as a... Ooh, there's a minecart elevator. Ooh, let's do that instead, shall we? Ooh, look how fun this is. It looks like we're going nowhere, except the clouds are moving down in very random increments. But yeah, as we go up into the top of this... Oh, whoa, that's so weird. It's like Minecraft's moving at 1 frame per second, which in this world is not uncommon. Am I right? So there's a chest full of firework rockets to thank me for making it here. And then there's a ton of, oh, I could get the trampoline trophy. Or I could do a leap of faith. You know, I'm gonna do the, oh, they play on PlayStation. I have worked out, because they call it a trophy instead of an achievement. So we bounce it. And then, there we go. Look at that. Your boy got an achievement. I mean, I already had it, but like, you know, I have it again now. Isn't that nice? No, I hate this. It's so hard to fly out this hole. Kill me now. I feel so bad when I miss like half of a world that clearly would have taken me like a full hour to explore. There's so many things that they gave me coordinates for, but I just don't want to climb out of a hole, which I admittedly put myself in. And you know what? There's other worlds we have to roast today, like... So this next world has a lovely sign reminding you to subscribe to those YouTube channels, and one of those names is me, so make sure to subscribe to IBX Toycat, all lowercase besides the T. Honestly, that's probably the best way to write it. I've never worked out, like, should you capitalize all the IBX and the T? Because it just feels like too many capital letters. It feels like we're yelling at each other. This feels like a nice little compromise. So sure, IBX, and then Toycat, subscribe to me, or these people, I guess. He has a car with wings profile pictures, and this guy has a blue background with white text. You know it's good when you have to tell someone the name, but also, You have to you have to go through that. Anyway, so with that said, hello, I'm IBX Toy Cat, and let's press these buttons. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so this is a modified survival. You know, let's be honest, this is a command-heavy survival world. Actually, you know, it's super flat, or maybe it's not super flat. Maybe it's just that well flattened. No, with this amount of flat, it's a super flat. So it's super flat. Therefore, it can't be fully legit survival anyway, and it's very likely not. But it looks like they've done some fun things with the concept anyway, and let's see what those fun things are. Oh, maybe it's not super flat. I mean, it does turn into water here. Did they just make their own island? I think they might have, actually. Oh my, yeah, they had an ocean spawn, and they turned it into a you know, okay, that is actually impressive. They made a spawn so big and so flat, I assumed they could only be playing a super flat world. See, that's actually an incredible example of like why an ocean spawn sucks in some ways, but you can turn it into something incredible. My God, the commitment you have. I can tell, unlike the previous people, no full-time job holding you back here. See, look at that, me saying something really nice and then me following it up by saying something mean. It's not what you should do in life. There should be unabated compliments. It's okay to enjoy things. I enjoy the effort this guy put in, and I want to do that myself. Like, I'm genuinely thinking, yeah, I'd love to do that. I don't have to qualify it with like, ooh, but I just don't have the time because I'm doing important things. We can say nice things. We can lift people up without, you know, like dropping ourselves down. Although, more seriously, we kind of do have to drop down and find a bed somewhere around here. So yeah, this is a much more structured world, I feel like. Like, it's very easy to feel your way around it. And, yeah, gravity peaks. Oh, peaks. Oh, that's a TV show. That's, I believe, I think. Everyone's always talking about it like it's a TV show, so it must be. And they built the logo because they love it that much. Which you've got to admire. It's good to like things a lot. They also have this lovely little map of the spawn area where you can see it's not just one island. They built a variety of square islands. And again, I just love the concept. You can see how they had to actively destroy an iceberg right there and a little bit of a desert island. This truly is something, huh? They also have a spawn railway where one of the places takes you to Greenwood and the other two goes to Question Mark. So I think I'll pass on the Question Mark rail, but I'll go to Greenwood for now and see if they'll let me sleep there. So yeah, I like the variety of build styles that kind of work because they have this decent plotting system to kind of combine them together. It does feel like it's actually a decent way to hold a world together. There's a few sparse places where you can see it's going to be worked on, but again, they're under no illusion that it's already done. They're like, yeah, there is more to be done here, and they've done the incredible job of putting the infrastructure in so people can build those things. So you got to give them some points for that, I think. Speaking of things they've got to get some points for, this minecart railway is a good way to see the casino. Wow, I would love to be in a casino right now. I don't know if I actually would. You know what? Casino in Minecraft. Let's see what they've done with it. Nah, let's not. It's very tall and not very wide. Speaking of things that are tall but not wide, so this realm was clearly made by... Oh, that's actually a compliment. I figured it would be an accidental roast, but no. Oh, we're inside of a forest now. Okay, this is different. This is fun. This is a whole new world to imagine, it seems. So yeah, it seems as though the spawn island does eventually run out, and then they're just in some default terrain. And obviously, like, that's why they have these railways, because otherwise you'd get kind of lost. You can see lots of grand plans in progress here. Wow, what is that? You're making a ton of projects and not finishing them all? You know, like, if I weren't in a glass house right now, I would throw stones so hard at that. But, fortunately, I am very much in one. I genuinely don't know how far we're gonna go for this Greenwood thing. I feel like this whole world can be simplified with a beautiful minecart journey, actually. You know, it's very nice. I do like it. Sometimes in Minecraft, you just want to go on a rail journey. This one might be a while, though, so I'll let you know when we hit the end. Oh, no, still not there. Honestly, I love the way they've built this into the terrain, though. Like, maybe I came to a world filled with actually really impressive projects, and I'm just complimenting the railway track. But I really do like it, I do have to say. It does make you realize why we need elytras and ice boats, though, and the Nether. Because it feels like it might never end. Oh, I like this bridge, and I think That's a sign we've hit the end, because the end is actually this village. Nope, I assume incorrectly. I think we're gonna keep on going past this. How much minecart track have they laid in this world? You know, I do have to say, there is something fascinating about the idea of just not knowing where this comes to an end. Oh, this might be it actually. No, I guess we're still going onwards. Bringing a minecart with us too. For a journey this long, there should be signs being like 500 meters remaining, or like 2 minutes remaining. You know when you get in line and you just don't know how long it's gonna be? Just having some reassurance that it's gonna end would be good. Anyway, I'm here in Greenwood, Renwood? I forget what it was called. They've got this lovely Among Us flag, as well as it looks like a little bit of a Chinese flag. So they love China and they love Among Us. You know, incompatible views, but I'll allow it for now. Speaking of things I'll allow, I'm gonna go into the gamer cat's house because I'm a gamer and I'm also a cat, so I'm gonna go to bed. But yeah, isn't it nuts that even all these thousands of blocks away from the center, they've still put thought into making like an actual town or city or something. This is the sort of thing that it's cool to see, like the sorts of thoughts that they probably haven't thought about in a very long time. Although again, it might be creative based on the way all of this goes. But still, it's a fun idea. I wish I'd just teleported now. I wish I'd have realized that was an option to just teleport around. But still, it's very interesting. There's a lot going on in this world. I like some of the builds, and I find some of the builds to be creative, interesting. It's just so brave that they managed to combine these blocks together, if you know what I mean. Speaking of things you know what I mean. So, if you don't know Desolation, it was made by a good old console friend of mine, BeanCrew49, who sadly hasn't uploaded a YouTube video in 3 years, anything about the project. The last thing he tweeted was last April, about scamdemic, it seems. So, it's, you know, he's sad. He's been clearly going through a bad time. And so as a result, we haven't seen anything from what might have been the greatest project ever made in Minecraft console. However, it seems as though Master Builder and Master Builder 75 and God Geek have been working on a 2.0 version. Let's see how that looks. So, as you can see, it's using the city texture pack, or whatever it's called. I think it is the city texture pack from Minecraft console, and they are trying to faithfully, you know, make the same style of map. It is Minecraft, a city, but after an apocalypse has hit. And the amount of, you know, oh, look at the car dealership down there. The amount of stuff they had to work on. Oh, it's not even a car dealership. I bet they use that so they can copy paste the cars of structure blocks. Yeah, that's what they do. That's clever, actually. Are they exactly the same cars, though? If so, why do we need to... You know, I don't understand what's going on here. Gonna level with you. But yeah, the idea behind this project is that it is meant to be this massive apocalypse style thing, and then there's a ton of mini games you can play within it. You know, like if you want to play the Hunger Games or whatever it is, you can. But if you want to play much more interesting games, that's something they can actually invent inside this world. And obviously, this is just the 1.5 into it version. As you can see, despite being a 1.5 in, they've got like 6 blocks of a city complete. And that's what I'm talking about when I say this was one of the biggest Minecraft console projects ever. It basically filled up an entire console-sized world. It lagged the game because there were just so many blocks, the game wasn't sure how to handle it, and the amount of detail and complexity and stuff going on here is something that does have to be marveled. There was an underground metro system, there was an entire highway network going around the outside. Everything you could have thought about had been thought about inside of the map. And obviously you can understand why after years and years of working on that, and then having your work be kind of destroyed by the switch to Bedrock, why BeanCrew kind of quit. And that's the sort of guy I was always talking about when Minecraft consoles transitioned to Minecraft Bedrock, if you were a casual player, it was so easy to switch. But if you put your life's work into a version of the game they said they were no longer going to support because they wanted to support the one that was crossplay capable and coincidentally had some microtransactions, you can see how you'd be bitter about that and how that could like maybe drive you down the wrong sort of track, right? Like you can see how these decisions being made above your head and just ignoring your life's work could really get to you. And so yeah, I don't have anything negative to say about Desolation 2.0. I like that people are working on it. I'm assuming BeanCrew would be down with that. Were he still around today? I mean, maybe he's alive. You know, he's probably alive, right? Statistically speaking. But yeah, I love to see anyone working on anything the same level. Whether anyone can reach the same level is a different question. So yeah, that's the closest thing I have to a nag right now. Is like, ooh, is this as good as the original? It's nice, but is it as nice? Speaking of as nice, this world is kind of nice because I spawned in and there was an endstone block in my inventory. I'm assuming they left it on the ground and that's how I picked it up. I'm also assuming, oh my god, no, why? Why would you choose to do this? This is a very pixelated version of that image. You know the one. And they've decided to make their paintings out of it. That's very nice. So they've got a lovely guide in here. Oh, I guess it's a normal world where they've just replaced the painting. Oh, there it is. Okay, we're fine. It's a normal world where they've just replaced one of the paintings with my face. That's fine, I guess. That's normal. This is... I should feel just a-okay about this, I'm sure. So this is something I really love when people can put it off. Putting a nether portal somewhere and then making it so all you have to do to get where you need to go is go through the nether portal and then go through it again. Why? Why are there phantoms in the nether? What is wrong with you? I am... You know, this world... Everything bad that can happen to a person deserves to happen to you just for that. So, go up the stairs. I'll just ignore the phantoms that followed me through the portal. And we'll see what this world has to offer, shall I? So I was going to compliment the person who made this world on their creative decisions. However, clearly it's not their creative decisions. They're our creative decisions, am I right? The People's Democratic Republic of the Mushroom. Yeah, this is high quality right here. I think I did a really good job. You might say, Toycat, you didn't build this world. I'll have you know, I basically contributed as much as... Oh my god. Look at the size of this building. This is... You know, they do know what centrally planned buildings look like. You gotta give them credit. To the left is an incredibly useless and incredibly useful and not oversized cactus farm. So what's to the right here? Oh my god, this is all storage. Oh, Jesus Christ. I am concerned for your life. Look at the... I just... Okay. This is normal. This is what people like to do. We'll just ride the boat elevator to the top. Okay, so there's a little bit of a problem. They have this giant structure, but it's just for show. And on the inside, there's a big hole. But I don't think I can get out of a big hole once I get in. Man, I wanted to look around this world, but I don't think I actually can. Not without breaking a stone block by hand. What is this world? Why does this exist here? No one's ever gonna look at this. Why would you... Okay. You know, the more I look at this world, the more questions I have. So maybe I should just stop looking at this world. Did they collect every block? Maybe? Oh, they collected all the 1.18 blocks. But then they left all the copper blocks out, so they turned into... I guess they did it at the right spacing to make sure they did it. You know, I'll give them credit for that. Give them credit for that. This world gives me so many more questions than answers. And I wanna understand it, but I fear I never will. The size of these rooms and these bases, compared to the things that are actually in them, are shocking and confusing. And you know, I'm sorry. I want to see this world again, but I don't think now is the right time for me to look around it. Or maybe this is what beauty is. It's having all the space in the world and nothing to fill it with besides a bed and an illager banner. I don't know for sure though. I'd love to check this out again after I go through the last world. So this next world is from Jardon, who is everyone's favorite Australian. Nah, it's South African. Nah, he's from Canada, I think. Anyway, this is from Jardon, who is a long-term subscriber to the channel. And he likes things empty and useless, just like he likes his goats. And as you can see, it's beautiful. But at least he acknowledges it with his lovely white sign. So yeah, I'm very curious to see what this world has to offer. So let's give it a check. So, hello, Dictator. Welcome to my world. This is my solo survival world. I reset the Nether before converting to Bedrock in 1.16. As you can see, very delightful. We've got a full set of fully enchanted armor. Oh, it's his fully enchanted armor. Thank you for asserting the dominant. Oh, he's got a big salmon catcher, and the references are off the chain today. Do have to give them some credit. And so yeah, we're gonna take maybe the adorable hoe and maybe a pickaxe or a sword. I'm not even sure. So you can see this very interesting effect where there's like a big wall around the world, but it's not a console wall, and you can tell because the terrain is so seamless and smooth on both sides. Besides over here, actually. Maybe it isn't. What color? How did they make the grass this color right here? I need to go over there and find out what the heck is happening. Is that the Nether blue thing? Let's go see what's causing that color to appear, because I don't think I've seen that on a map. So I need to head backwards from the house, and then right when I see the wall. Okay, backwards from the house, which is behind this sign. Oh, that's fun. There's some secret cakes for me. I mean, they're not really that secret, but I appreciate them. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and we're going to use the bid so we can go to sleep. White bid. And then we're going to go see what's in this biome. Because, oh, look at this, by the way. A whole moss biome too. I like the look of that, honestly. I need to get myself some more moss. Just so I can do things like this. Oh my god, that I thought it'd be like a tiny wall, like, you know, like a couple blocks high. That is a mega wall surrounding their world. So, now we follow this to the right a bit, and we see what could have possibly made the corner of the world so bluishly green that it looks alien. Oh, they've made a glazed terracotta biome. Oh, whoa, it is all made. Not from the blue crimson mycelium. It's made from the actual warts. That is so nutty. The warped warp blocks. This is such a cool looking biome though. I really do like it. It's like an alien world. You know, I need to have myself an alien world biome. You know, so far, 10 out of 10, Jardon, do have to say. I especially like this like amethyst crystal crying obsidian tree. It's a very good hybrid. I do like it. There's a giant flatland over here. And also, a big old pen of mushrooms. Everyone's favorite thing. But first, let's check out Mirage City. What's the Mirage? I guess it's like it's the middle of nowhere and there's just a random city here. And then all of the buildings, they're not filled with people or things. They're just all perfectly empty. So if we look in here, for example, this is how you look inside people's houses. There's just a guy holding a trident and that's it. And if we look over here, for example, we've got the cursed house. Ooh, spooky. Okay, it's not very cursed at all, really, is it? You know, so as you can see, there's a few lacking points. Also, what is the point of these little corners of the building being 1 block wide? Like, you know what? Do you sometimes just stand surrounded by 3 windows, look outside and go, "Yeps, this is nice. This is good enough for me." And then is that what you do in your life? It sounds like it is, Mr. Jardon. So yeah, you can see this world is clearly an attempt to do a lot of very interesting terraforming projects, and I'm totally on board with that. I do like it. There's also a flaming banana over there for some reason. You're not going to judge you for what you like to do with your bananas, Mr. Jardon. And also, you can see this absolutely delightful tree that is covered in villager banners, which, you know, it's better than leaving them in a chest somewhere. You know, this is a reminder. If nothing, I love looking at worlds like this for just the dumbest inspiration in the world, because dumb inspiration is better than no inspiration, some would say. And some would disagree and say, no, actually, probably needs to do something better than either of those things. So there's a lovely city, there's a lovely terraform section of the world, but let's head back towards the spawn and see what else is happening. Also, I like this road, does have to be said. But, yeah, so there's this house over here, next to this desert that is entirely destroyed down to a chunk boundary for some reason. But let's see what else we can find if we go another direction. There's a mesa mushroom over here, and then there's some form of port, and then probably some farms over here, I'm gonna guess. Let's go check out those. Oh, I think he's doing the thing from the first world where he's slowly converting the ocean into land. Because look at that, you can see how it's clearly trying to expand. I like that, actually. I think that's a fun idea. But yeah, let's head over here and let's see what's happening there. The answer is it's a Minecraft village, but a very sophisticated Minecraft village. Honestly, what I would love, I think the best mechanic for villagers to have would be if they slowly improved their village and their surroundings as you got more favor with more of the village members. I think people would really enjoy that. But because Minecraft doesn't like altering the blocks of the game itself too much, I can see why they didn't. But this is what I imagine you get when you have like a fully maxed out village. Like a proper stately set of houses. The villagers are so wealthy, they now sit at home all day instead of trading, and then the economy squanders. But speaking of things that are being squandered, if we head this way just a little bit more, you can see how there's also is this a bunny graveyard? Has he killed a lot of rabbits and buried their bodies here? Rip Jack Cuff died of drinking too much water. Rip Adorable Ho, who died to another ho. Rip Harrison Gray, who was killed by Toy Cat. Whoa, 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 whoa here. What are you assuming I'm going to do? Rip Dasher, who died of wholesomeness. Rip Katie, who was killed by Alexa and Siri. Rip Ezra Morgan, who died to being Welsh. And finally, Rip Enderstar, who was killed by 19 dragons. And Rip Void. Void was killed by the Endless Void. You know what? This is very nice, I do have to say. The amount of dedication in this, it's very serious. I do like it. But let's see what's below the graves, because I want to go rob some things. Oh, there's one final one for Rip Jake Carroll, who was gassed by the master hacker. And someone's exhumed his grave, it seems, so that's nice. You can see this is a work in progress, but it's, you know, to expand it. But it's a really cool, fun thing. Just having a little grave to things that are gone now, you know? Like, in human culture, you know, I can say as definitely a human myself, we love to mourn things that are gone and have some physical representation. So we know that it's not really ever gone. It's just, you know, it's just away for a bit, you know? Maybe away for a bit is a long period of time. Maybe a really long period of time, like the rest of your life. But maybe, you know, like having something there, just physically representing it, is kind of cool anyway. Also, I love this wheat farm. I really, really, really love this wheat farm. I want to do something like this now. This is such a fun idea. You could do it in like a big circle too. You know, I think I have to. I think it's such a fun concept. I would be silly if I didn't do this in some form. Just look at that. See how satisfying that was? I cannot get over the amazingness of this wheat farm. Assuming that the crops still stay... Yeah, they do, because I guess there's water in the middle there. See, this is a fun farm design. I like it. Semi-automatic. Does the job just fine. Oh, made by Jardon Labs. Somehow, after all that effort, we only got 40 Oh, it's still counting, so... There's still a lot more to come, I imagine. But yeah, it's a fun concept. I like it. But yeah, this is really one of those cool worlds. I like it. It inspires me to look at it. I don't think I've said a mean thing yet, so I don't know. You don't realize that grass should be more than 1 block wide when it's crossing a desert? Yeah, sick burn. Also, I bet you didn't know that I don't know, trees aren't made from amethyst and crying obsidian. Ooh, I got him good. I showed him who's boss. But I hope you all enjoyed November's round review. I do one of these every month or two. And if you'd like to be part of the next one, make sure you follow me on Twitter and here on YouTube so you can see I make community posts for both of those things to let you know what's going on. And if you liked what was going on, then, I don't know, subscribe or whatever else people say at the end of videos. Do the thing that makes you more likely to see more of my things, so I can tell you to see more of my things at the end of those things, and then at the end of the things you see after those things, you see more things, until eventually you decide, no more things, Toy Cat, and you give up, and you start violently beating a trading llama for no reason. But yeah, I hope you'll enjoy the video regardless, because I'll see you next time. Goodbye.